Whoa, this is wild. NAPHEESA COLLIER is now under fire by all of these major networks, and people are questioning. People are really questioning. Is she looking out for the best interest of the WNBA, or was all of this a ploy for Unrivaled? This has taken a left turn. This is wild. People still want Kathy gone, but now NAPHEESA COLLIER's intentions behind calling off that meeting and all of this other stuff, throwing Caitlin Clark's name in it, you know what I'm saying, for buzz and all of this stuff. What were your intentions behind this? She is being called to the carpet. There's an article all over ESPN. We are going to get right into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification. NAPHEESA COLLIER, who for much of the season was an MVP front runner, is also one of the faces for the WNBA, while also being one of the owners of Unrivaled. Complete conflict of interest. I have said it from the beginning. Now, I'm not saying she's shady. I'm not saying she has ill will or ill intent. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it is 100% a conflict of interest. You are the owner of a competitor, a rival league. Now, let's get to this. And shout out the Correlation on Twitter, because I saw some of the quote she had posted and some of the questions she had raised as well. And she definitely has some good questions on there. We probably get to those too. Here, this is a big article, but I'm getting right to the juice. We getting to the tea, y'all. We getting to what we got to get to. Let's take a look at this here. Now that the meeting with Collier is off, the dueling statements between two of the league's most powerful people have overshadowed the finals at perhaps the most important time in WNBA history. On one side, Engelbert, who has been in charge of the league for a period of unprecedented growth, but has lost trust of the players. On the other is Collier, a superstar player deeply involved in CBA negotiations and in a rival league that has become vital to players' off-season income. In a rival league. Let's be clear here. Unrivaled is a rival league of the WNBA. It is a competitor. Conflict of interest. Let's keep going. With the league CBA set to expire at the end of the month, they are locked in a battle for public opinion, power, and money. This is an inflection point for the league. One longtime senior executive told ESPN there is a root cause, and it's lack of transparency, lack of trust in the league, and the relationship between the players and the league. I agree with that. You can get transparency overnight, but trust is not built overnight, and Engelbert has lost it. She can't get it back overnight. Now, here's the breakdown. Now, this is where NAPHEESA COLLIER's intentions are being called into question, and I've seen other content creators, I've seen a podcast questioning, why did you do this, NAPHEESA? Why did you throw Caitlin Clark's name and her number, her $16 million number out there? You could have talked to her directly about that. Y'all share the same agent. Why did you throw her name in it? Why are you canceling the meeting if you're not lying? She's being questioned. She's being questioned. Engelbert made clear, okay, the universal outpouring of support from Collier from WNBA players mean for Engelbert's tenure remains very much to be seen. Engelbert made clear her resolve to maintain her position Friday, an expectation mirrored among the more than a dozen players, coaches, executive owners, and league officials interviewed by ESPN as well. She's already unpopular. One league source who is involved in CBA talk said, so let her be the bad guy in CBA negotiations and then replace her. That's cold. That's cold. Listen, multiple league sources wonder what would happen if the players who loudly supported Collier this week simply refused to negotiate with the league on a new CBA until Engelbert resigned or was replaced. So there's a power move that can be pulled by the players. The most important people in the entire ecosystem are the players, one executive said. Lock them out if you want to, but all you're going to do is ensure that Unrivaled becomes the big person on campus as opposed to the W. This is why NAPHEESA COLLIER is like her representing both parties is a conflict of interest. Now, here's where she gets questioned, right here. It's fair to wonder, of course, whether Collier's comments also serve a larger aim to promote Unrivaled, the league she co-founded with her husband and New York Liberty forward Breanna Stewart, and push the WNBA publicly in CBA talks. Look, here we go. It's a total conflict of interest, another league source said. Collier's husband runs the league that's in competition with the W, and she has equity in it. Collier and Stewart are both on the executive committee of the Women's National Basketball Players Association, which is negotiating with the league on a new CBA. The executive committee is elected by other players in the league, meaning they are the ones who must decide whether there is indeed a substantive conflict of interest. So the Nneka Ogwumike case, those people have to decide, Breanna Stewart and NAPHEESA COLLIER, is this a conflict of interest? I don't think they have the balls to do it. I don't think they would do it. But I think it's obvious that this is a conflict of interest. And now you have NAPHEESA COLLIER being called to the carpet, being questioned. And I don't know what took so long, to be honest, with this whole conflict of interest thing. Thus far, the players who have been asked about Collier's remarks have steadfastly supported her. You had Caitlin Clark support her. You had a bunch of people come out and support her. This is crazy, though. I think that there are a lot of things. Let's take a look at this part. Shout out to Correlation. She posted this one. It says, according to source on both sides of the CBA negotiations, under the current CBA, players don't get additional revenue sharing, 9% as opposed to 49 to 51% in the NBA, until the league has generated a certain level of revenue, which it says it has yet to do after decades of multi-million-dollar losses at the franchises and league level. The players want the league to give them data proving those revenue benchmarks haven't been met. That's where the trust started to break down. You want to call them greedy and unreasonable, but you don't want to give them data. Now I agree with that. If you guys are claiming to have lost so much money, it should be on the books. It should very well be on the books. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Man, this is tough. This is tough because now you have all of these people questioning. You have all these people questioning, NAPHEESA COLLIER's intentions, and this is turning nasty. This is turning nasty, man. NAPHEESA COLLIER under fire. Get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Is it a conflict of interest? Should NAPHEESA COLLIER being questioned about her intentions behind this whole debacle that she has now caused? Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. This is Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.